Hey friends, Kevin, your budget travel guy here, and today I'm dealing with something that I've never had to deal with on the road before. I'm sick. I can't complain because I'm pretty lucky overall and have been pretty lucky overall. I made it through this winter without the flu. I'm fine. Here we are getting ready to come into June, and there's still all types of crap that people have going around in this area. Several days ago, my throat just started to get itchy, and it just got worse and worse and worse, and I looked in the mirror and shining a flashlight at it, and I could see the back of my throat was just tore up. So this hit right into the holiday weekend also. So I'm in an area that I've been in before, but I've never had to deal with this, so I really don't know how things work around here. And it's one of these things that we're just all going to have to deal with. You're going to have to deal with if you go on the road. Eventually something's going to happen. You're going to have to go find a doctor, and preferably not an emergency room, which is going to cost you a fortune. So in this little town, I went looking, I looked up some stuff online. I had to wait until the day after Memorial Day. I decided I saw a little drugstore, a little private one. I turned around, I went back to it, and I walked in. I said, hey, this is kind of what's going on. I have insurance, but, do you have a little cash doctor or something around here so I don't have to deal with all this silliness? And they were trying to point me to one in this town and one in that town, and they happened to think, they said, oh, there was this lady across the street. She's more of a pediatrician, but, she would see you. And I'm like, works for me. So I went over, saw her, somebody had canceled out. They got me right in. I had them go ahead and do the test for strep, the little quick test. It came back negative. They have the more advanced test they can do, but they have to send it off and wait 3 days. So while the first test was negative, it's possible I still have strep. It's possible that I've gotten into something else. I actually felt pretty good during those first few days. Got on the antibiotics yesterday morning, so twice yesterday, once so far today. And usually after about a day of any type of penicillin type antibiotics, usually pretty much feel better the next day, and I really don't. I think I feel worse. I think my throat feels worse. I think it's expanded, and I am starting to get that run down feeling now that I don't know if it's because I'm sick or I don't know if it's from being on that penicillin type roller coaster. So anyway, it is what it is, what it is. What I will say is this. While I'm happy with the treatment that I received, and I'm really grateful this lady was nice enough to get me in quick, and her staff was excellent, it still cost me over $100 for me to have a strep test that came back not really sure what's wrong with you, and to write me a prescription for basically amoxicillin, which is what I asked for. Now, I have amoxicillin. I just brilliantly don't have it with me on this long solo trip in the big van. I think I left it in the other van that I use. Because several times over the last few years, and there's an old video of walking into Mexico, I think probably the first video I ever did, in order to save money on the prescription I had at the time, I went down to Mexico and got it. And when the advice I got from other people at the time was, while you're down there, go ahead and pick this up, because down there it's basically an over-the-counter drug, amoxicillin, which is what they're going to prescribe you for many, many things. And while I don't recommend that everybody out there runs around and tries to self-medicate, sometimes it's just kind of obvious what it's going to be and what you need. Here, they're going to give you a week or 10 days, twice a day, amoxicillin, 20 pills, and they're going to charge you, depending on insurance, not insurance, whatever. You could pay anywhere from $5 to $35 to $50 for something this simple. In Mexico, you can buy a bottle of 100 of these for $6. So all we're really paying a druggist to do here is take them out of a bigger bottle, count them into a smaller bottle, hand us 20 of them, and charge us 30 or 50 or whatever insane amount of money they want to charge us. So I'm not going to let this video turn into something political, because I really don't want to go there, and I don't want you guys going there. But it's just a good example of how out of whack things can be sometimes, and options that you have depending on where you are. If I had been anywhere close to Mexico, I guarantee you right now I would have driven over the border and either bought some of this stuff myself, or I would have gone and found me a doctor that would have seen me for $20 or $30 and paid $5 or $10 for the strep test instead of $25 I think I paid here, and I'd have gotten the same result for 1/4 the price. So I'm going to tell you, I have a little bit of envy for people who live down near the border of Arizona that can just hop over there when they need a doctor or a dentist for something really simple and really fast and really inexpensive. So with that out of the way, there's other videos that I'm working on for you guys that'll be going up soon. I keep saying more of the 66 stuff is going up because I've got to clear this all from this last trip, this Route 66 and trip out west. And that's coming up. In the meantime, there's some more van stuff. I've started on working on some videos, just some how-to stuff of, you know, a bunch of different ways to shower and stay clean on the road, and just handle basic little problems that you're going to run into, and options, because every place you go, you're going to need different options depending on where you are in order to do things, whether it's dealing with showers and staying clean, or whether it's dealing with getting sick and having to find a doctor and a pharmacy. So anyway, hopefully the next time you hear from me, my voice will sound a little better, and we'll see you soon.